Hello, my children. How are you today? I clap for you because you passed your test. Yes? You passed your test. You did well in your test. And I'm happy. Yes, you're welcome today. I'm happy to see you again online. Yes? Let's enjoy our learning process. Yes, the Lord is good and his mercy endures forever. Thank you for being a wonderful child. Thank you for being the genius that you are. Thank you for keeping up with the lessons. Yes? Yes. You're welcome once again. Today we are going to study basic science. Our topic is basic science. Are we together? Beautiful. Basic science. And we shall be looking at what we call underdevelopment. Underdevelopment. Is that clear? Underdevelopment. And we were saying that there are forms of technology. Underdeveloped technology is what we are looking at. Underdeveloped technology. Is that clear? Topic, forms of technology. This week, we are learning underdeveloped technology. Is that clear? You can see it on the slide, which says underdevelopment. Can you see it? Beautiful. Underdeveloped technology is what we shall be taking a look at. So, what is our learning objectives? What is the learning objective for this basic science? Remember, we are treating basic science, forms of technology, choosing underdeveloped technology. So, uh, what is our objective? At the end of this lesson, at the end of this learning process, at the end of it all, what must we be able to do? First, we must be able to define technology. Two, we must be able to mention the types of technology, meaning there are different types of technology. Then we must be able to mention these types of technology. Are we together? Then we must be able to define underdeveloped technology. Underdeveloped technology. Okay? Underdeveloped technology. What is our objective? Defining technology, mentioning the types of technology, defining underdeveloped technology. Underdeveloped. Is that clear? Beautiful. Let's move on. What is technology? What is technology? Now, look at the slide and learn. Technology is the study of the uses of scientific discoveries in making machines. Using scientific discovery, what science has found out, what science has developed, yes, what science has made. In that way, they now use it, it's now used to do what? To make machines. Do you understand? Do you understand? Beautiful. A second technology is, are we together? Beautiful. Technology also, second meaning of technology. Technology also means the method or process of using scientific knowledge to solve problems and satisfy human needs. What is technology? The study of the uses of discovery, scientific discovery in making machines. Being so well enlightened, well informed, having scientific knowledge to the extent that the knowledge itself is used to produce machines. Remember, we studied machines the other time. We said we studied simple machines and complex machines. Okay, now, how did machines come about? Machines come about because of the scientific discoveries that were made, and it helped to put together to make or create machines. Machines can be in any form, complex or simple. What is another meaning of technology? Like we said, technology itself also means the method or the process of using scientific knowledge to solve problems and to satisfy human needs or human wants. Scientific method, it's a method in science, scientifically carried out to solve problems. Scientific wisdom, scientific knowledge to do what? To solve problems and to satisfy human needs. What do man need? What do humans need? What do people need? How are these needs attended to scientifically? That is what we are talking about. Using scientific means or knowledge to solve problems. What kind of problems? Health problems. What kind of problems? Transportation problems. What kind of problems? Housing problems. What kind of problems? Are we together? So it is the scientific method, using scientific knowledge, your knowledge of science to solve problems. And those problems fizzle out, thereby satisfying human needs. Are we together? Now, let's move on. What are the types of technology? Remember, technology is using scientific method, scientific discoveries, scientific knowledge to solve problems, to create machines that will solve human problems, and to create machines, complex or simple, yes, and to meet human needs, solve problems. So, what are the types of technology? We have developed technology and underdeveloped technology. Developed technology and underdeveloped technology. My dear, developed technology involves the use of modern and scientific methods and equipment to do things. It involves using modern and scientific methods, even scientific equipment to do things, scientific machines, yes, to do things. Remember, scientists using scientific knowledge to create machines, and those machines are equipment, and those equipment have the ability to solve human problems. So, developed technology involves the use of modern and scientific, don't forget the word scientific. Most modern things have scientific base. So we say it involves the use of modern and scientific methods and equipment to do things. Methods, scientific methods, scientific machines, scientific equipment to do things. Things in the health sector, things in the housing sector, to do things in the agricultural sector. Do you understand? All sectors need scientific knowledge to work them out. Do you get? Beautiful. Now, underdeveloped technology. This involves the use of crude and unscientific methods and tools to do things. Crude method of doing things. The world has moved away from the Stone Age, where everything has to be done with stone. Creativity of any sort is limited to the stone, to stones and rocks. No, now the world has developed to the extent of using scientific method. But the underdeveloped technology is the use of crude method, unscientific method, and tools. Unscientific tools, the machines, the whatever they use is not associated with science in any form. So most of the time, they are used in their natural state. Yes? So that is what we call the underdeveloped technology. There are countries that are well developed in their technology, and we call them developed countries. The countries that are underdeveloped in their technology, we call them underdeveloped countries. There are some countries that are in between developed and underdeveloped. They're in between developed and underdeveloped. Those countries, we call them developing. They are neither here nor there. They are neither developed or underdeveloped. Therefore, we refer to them as developing technology. Are we clear on that? Developed technology involves the use of modern and scientific methods to attend to things, to take care of things. But the underdeveloped technology use the crude way, unscientific at all. They use tools that are not scientific. They use tools that, in fact, they are just not there. No scientific method is involved in underdeveloped technology. Are we together? Did you get that? Beautiful. Now we move on, shall we? Beautiful. Now, the next slide talks about underdeveloped countries. Remember, underdeveloped technology is associated with underdeveloped countries. Why? They do not use scientific methods to arrive at their goals. They do not use scientific methods, scientific knowledge to satisfy their needs. Are we together? Are you getting this? So let's look at what we have on the slide. Thank you. I hope you are getting me. Yes, beautiful. So we go. The underdeveloped countries, that is, they are not developed technologically. They are not developed. They are underdeveloped. They are still using their crude method. They are using tools that are unscientific at all. So let us look at the definition, or let us look at what the slide says. Okay, underdeveloped countries or underdeveloped technology. These are countries or nations that are yet to use scientific methods to solve their problems. They are yet to use it. They are yet to enhance their community, their nations with developed technology. Can you imagine? So they are using unscientific method. They are yet means they have not done it. Yes, they are yet to use scientific methods to do what? To solve their problems as well as to provide goods and services. as well as to provide goods and services. They still have to use the hoe. Can you imagine hoe in the farm? Majority of them still have to use the hoe. While in the developed countries, they are using tractors. They are using tractors and levels. You don't understand. These people are still carrying load, huge basket of whatever product they have on their head. Meanwhile, in the developed countries, there are machines that are provided to do the carrying, the lifting, and the transporting of these goods. This quality is limited in underdeveloped nations or technology. So these countries are not developed to the proper or desirable level. Not that there are no cars there, but there are not enough. Okay? Not that you cannot find tractors there, but the tractors are not enough. Not so many people, not so many people use these machines to satisfy their needs according to the nation. So they are still using crude methods. Are we together? Underdeveloped countries do not use scientific methods to solve their problems. Is it health problems? They don't have wonderful facilities in their hospitals as against the developed countries. There are no scientific, we may say there are not enough, better use, not enough scientific technologies or scientific methods of transporting people. Their roads, their houses, think about it. It's not, they have not applied enough scientific methods in these areas. Not that they don't have, or not that they don't know about it, but they have come short of using the proper technology, proper developed technology to acquire or to attain their desire. So we say these countries are not developed to the proper desirable level. Are we together? God bless you. Are we together? We are still talking about technology. Are we good? Now let's go to the next slide. Look at this next slide now. In an underdeveloped environment country or underdeveloped technology, because there's no technology that is up to date, because they are not scientifically inclined to using those things that are scientifically provided, because they have not developed their scientific sense, yes, to that level, people in the underdeveloped world or nation, they still have to use transportation. They still have to use horses, camels in transporting themselves. Compare a camel or horses. Compare the speed to an aeroplane. Compare the speed to a car. Even the ordinary bicycle. Are we together? These are horses. They still make use of these things. They still rely on their ancient ways of doing things. They still rely on living in mud houses, where it is as of today, people are living in skyscrapers. These ones still have so many of these kind of structures, mud structures in their communities or in their nation. It shows gross underdevelopment. was under what? Development. Are we together? Now look at these tools. Look at these ancient tools. Who uses this anymore? You'll find them handy in an undeveloped environment, undeveloped country. People without developed technology. You will find that this is a technique. It's a technology that used to work then. But the world has moved beyond this level. The world itself has moved on beyond this level. Therefore, we consider the use of these things as a show of underdevelopment. Are we together? Let's look at this. Pipe-borne water, fine, beautiful. Pipe-borne water, wonderful. But you take a look at this tap. The world has moved beyond this. This kind of tap, the world has gone beyond, they have moved beyond this. Technology has advanced beyond this level, and the underdeveloped nations are still there, are still at this kind of borehole. Okay? So it is a symbol or a sign of underdevelopment, of the development. People still use grinding stone where we have blenders. The world has moved beyond using grinding stone. The world now is using, what is it called? Blenders to grind everything and blend everything. You don't understand. And people are still using grinding stone. That is a sign or a symbol of underdevelopment. The well. Well. Every nook and cranny of that kind of place, you find well. Well water. World has moved beyond that now. Scientifically, well is not acceptable. Do you understand? There's pipe-borne water running and flowing in our homes, in the kitchen, in the toilet, in the, name it, anywhere you want. There are even fountains. Water fountains everywhere. And here you are, under development claims well water. Look at the well. It's a measure or a sign of underdevelopment. Are we clear? Are we connecting? Let's look at the next slide. Look at it. Drainage system. Blocked drainage system. Mostly found in the underdeveloped countries. It's a sign of underdeveloped technology because there's no technology that is applied to run the waters up the gutters. Do you understand? Yes? To drain it. No, this one is clogged up. It is choked up. It is dirty. It has become a pollution in the environment. River pollution, whatever it is dominant in an underdeveloped environment. An underdeveloped environment can witness most of this kind of things. Do you understand? In a developed country or developed environment, things like this, they take care of it scientifically. Scientifically. Yes. Let's look at this. Typewriter. Look at this typewriter. You will agree with me that the world has moved far, far, far away from this kind of typewriter. Now, we use laptops for typing, laptops. You understand? We've gone beyond this. But the underdeveloped economy or the underdeveloped communities, they still stay with this. They have this. They stay with this. Majority of their typing work is done with this. Mark my word, not that they have not seen laptop before. Do you understand? But it is not something that you come across anyhow. Therefore, it is not it is not a developed system or developed community. Do you understand? Do you understand? So what are the characteristics of underdeveloped technology? What are the characteristics of underdeveloped technology? One, remember, we can interuse underdeveloped technology referring to countries, referring to communities that are not developed. In other words, what are the characteristics of underdeveloped countries? Because these countries do not apply developed technology. They are still struggling under underdeveloped technology. Struggling with it. They can't seem to lift it off their shoulders. They are still battling with it day and night. Do you understand? So, what are the characteristics of underdeveloped communities or countries? Low level of income. The people in these countries or in this environment, they have low income, wages, salary, as it may be. They can't earn more. Why? Because they can't produce much. They are limited in their production and in their services. Yes, therefore they cannot earn much money as compared with other with developed communities. Low level of technological development. It's almost as if they are not interested. But of course they are interested. But the ability to be scientifically inclined is not there. So, number three, unemployment problems. They have unemployment problems. Large number of their people are not gainfully employed. Large number of their youth are not qualitatively employed. Unemployment is a problem. Can't seem to find a good job, can't seem to be able to do good things. Do you understand? That will bring in so much money. Remember, unemployment, where we have able-bodied men and women who are not working. So there's a problem in such nations. They're so underdeveloped that most of them don't have jobs. They don't even know what to do. They are just there, unemployed. Agricultural backwardness. Imagine the tools that we saw on the slide. Imagine a farmer or some farmers using that kind of tools to harvest, to, to do what he has to do on his farm. How far can he go when there are tractors around? How far can he go when there are pulleys around? How far can he go when there are vans and harvesters? Do you understand? How far can he go? So they have agricultural backwardness. Yes, they are not enlightened enough to know the best ways to do their agricultural work. Next, underdeveloped communities or countries are very heavily populated. They have a large number of people, so many people in their country or in their community. In fact, the people seem to be more than the houses, the roads, the water, yes, the facilities they have on ground. Imagine a situation where a house meant for one person is occupied by 20 people. That is population pressure. So that is how it is in those countries. The countries are heavily populated. Too many people in the country. Too many people. are there. Yes. Then mass illiteracy, underdeveloped economies, underdeveloped technology, underdeveloped communities and countries have mass illiteracy, meaning many of them are not literate. That is, they are not schooled. That is, they don't care, probably they don't even know that they should be educated. They have no reason to be educated. Therefore, constituting mass illiteracy in the environment or in the community that they live in. The nation do not have enough educated people. Instead, it has majority mass illiteracy on ground. Are we together? Then we have untapped resources. Whether in human, they are untapped. Because there are so many talented people in these countries, many talented children, talented people that, that can bring success, technology, develop technology to their people in this community. But no, they do not have the opportunities to enhance themselves technologically, thereby falling short of developing their country. They cannot tap into their riches, their wealth, their God-given wealth in minerals to enrich their country. They cannot because they do not have the scientific ability. Therefore, all the forests, the gold, the crude oil, as the case may be, yes, they are just lying down the fallow. Why? Because scientifically, these communities or countries cannot they cannot make use or discover these resources by themselves. Why? Because they are not technologically developed. They are underdeveloped. They don't have the facility. They don't have the ability. They are not scientifically inclined to do all that needs to be done to help their resources, to aid their resources, to man their resources so that it will bring them prosperity. Are we together? Beautiful. Characteristics of undeveloped countries. Countries with underdeveloped technology. Examples in Africa, we have South Sudan, we have Niger, Liberia, Sierra Leone, and Mali. These are just examples of underdeveloped nations using underdeveloped technology in their nation, in their countries, in their communities. Examples of countries with underdeveloped technology. That is to say, they do not have scientific method of doing things or at arriving at results. The scientific knowledge is very, very small. Are we together? Beautiful. Very small. Are we together? Very good. Now, before we go to the evaluation questions, let us quickly do a wrap-up. A summary of what we have learned so far. We have said that there are communities that are underdeveloped. Underdeveloped nations are countries. Well, let's go to the slide before we take off from there. We said technology is the study of the uses of scientific discoveries in making machines. scientific discovery in making machines. Technology also means the method of or process of using scientific knowledge to do what? To solve problems and satisfy human needs. Are we together? Are we together? Very good. Now, we moved on to saying that there are two types of technology, the developed technology and the underdeveloped technology. The developed technology and the underdeveloped technology. The developed technology, this involves the use of modern and scientific methods and equipment to do things. Modern and scientific methods and equipment to do things. Underdeveloped technology means it involves the use of crude and unscientific methods to do things. So underdeveloped countries, what do we have? Underdeveloped countries. Now, underdeveloped technology is mostly found in underdeveloped countries. Are we together? Mostly found in underdeveloped countries. Underdeveloped technology, most of the time, you find it ruling and reigning in or in underdeveloped countries. So, what are underdeveloped countries that have underdeveloped technology? These countries are countries or nations that are what? That are yet, pardon me, they are yet to use scientific methods to solve their problems as well as to provide goods and services. They are yet to use scientific methods. In other words, these countries are not developed to the proper or desirable level. They are not developed to the proper or desirable method. And we went on to say that in transportation, they are lagging behind. In housing or agriculture, they are lagging behind. Are we together? In the use of farm tools, they are lagging behind. In the provision of clean pipe-borne water, they are lagging behind. In the level of technology, they are lagging behind. Are we clear? Yes? That is why we have the grinding stone, the well. Yes? These are the things that indicate that a country is yet to be developed. Are we together? Now, let's move forward. In their writing, as in the typewriter that you see, they are lagging behind. These are examples to show that these countries are lagging behind. And what did we say are the characteristics of underdeveloped technology? Low level of income, low level of technological development, unemployment problems, agricultural backwardness, heavy population pressure, mass illiteracy, and untapped resources. And if you are to ask to the, if you were to be asked, if you were to be asked to give examples of such countries in Africa, there is South Sudan, Niger, Liberia, Sierra Leone, and Mali. So now, let's look at our evaluation question. What is technology? Why do we refer to some countries as underdeveloped? Technology is the means of doing things with scientific methods. Why do we refer to some countries as underdeveloped? We refer to such countries as underdeveloped because they are not using scientific methods to solve their problems. What is underdevelopment? Underdevelopment is when a country or a technology, when technology is not fashioned through science. The scientific knowledge, the scientific understanding to create things is not applicable under this topic, under this question, under development. They are yet to arrive at it because they are not using scientific methods or reasoning to arrive to solve their own problem. Mention the types of technology there are. We have developed and underdeveloped technology. What do we call a technology that is neither developed or underdeveloped? Neither developed or underdeveloped. We call it developing because it is in the process of development. We call it developing technology or developing countries. Are we clear? Do we understand? Do we understand? Beautiful. Beautiful. We understand? That's beautiful. Yes. So we move on. Yes. Now we have to say what we say always. And what do we say always? At the end, we say thank you. At the end, we say please stay safe. At the end of this lesson, we say what? Thank you. And we say please stay safe. Children, please stay safe. Thank you for being online. Thank you for joining us in this lesson. Thank you for learning more about developed and underdeveloped countries and technology. Thank you for being here. Thank you because you will come to the next lesson. Yes, we'll attend the next lesson in the online class. Thank you so very much. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay focused. Okay? Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay focused. Thank you so very much. And don't forget to say thank you to mommy, thank you to daddy. Yes? They are a blessing to us. Thank you. And God bless you. Have a wonderful evening. Yes.